ladies and gents. This is take 456. We're making baked potatoes. Well, I'm making it, and my videographer behind me is helping. Um, Here we have Morton salt, black pepper, turmeric, avocado oil, some garnishes. Not really, but they're gonna be thrown in there for fun. I don't know what will happen. It will be an experiment. We have some potatoes. These already have their roots. I didn't buy them with roots, but it's very interesting that they have roots. We'll be taking these off, but we'll keep the skin on. That sometimes happens, and they have a little bit of fluff, and yeah, it looks weird, but we're not going to eat those. And then I have already prepared avocado oil for you in my Pyrex with the lower P. I've heard the P actually matters for some reason. And then I prepared you a tray already foiled at 400 degrees, and that's the recommended according to Google if you want baking a potato. So to get started, let's deroot this. Looks scarier than it needs to be, but it's not that bad. I think I'm gonna do this on the cutting board. Let's see. Without pissing off my videographer. Paid very well though, if you don't mind me asking. $1,000 an hour, so have to be careful and ready for that. Hope you don't mind my humming. It's much harder to do this over the cutting board. Let's do this over the sink because I have more opportunity to actually take them off. Okay. Alright, so no more roots. They're as clean as they can be. Okay. So now I'm going to take some of these spices and I'm going to mix it into the oil. Don't worry if it's a lot, add as much as you want. I'm sure it will come out fine. It'll come out fine. Just have to try it and see. I'm sure a lot of the ancients who thought of how to make this stuff tried and see. Poison tested this, and if it worked out okay, they continued to use it. And too bad for the ones that didn't survive. Okay, so now I have this little paintbrush. I don't know what it's called, but it's some sort of brush, and I'm going to dip it into the sauce that I created. You can also add vinegar on it if you want to, but I'm not going to do that this time. And just cover it as much as you want. You don't have to be gentle with it. You could squeeze it if you want. It's totally fine. Okay. It'll probably look shiny to you. I don't know if you could tell if it's shiny. And then you just place it on the fat like so, and then you take the other one. If any of you are thinking of recording your own cooking show, see if you can make your camera person giggle or smile while they're recording. I don't know if they have the most exciting job in the world, but they might want some excitingness in their life, excitement. Okay, so this one is ready to go. And try to space out your potatoes so they can cook evenly, because sometimes when they're too close, they create competition for the heat, and you don't want that. I'm gonna roast the garlics as well, and I'm just curious what will happen. I've never done this before, but I'm just doing it for experimentation. So this should be exciting. Maybe it'll come out good, or maybe it'll be a complete flop. So I'm just placing them onto the board. And then any additional oil that you have left, you could just put it on top of the potatoes or whatever else you're making in there. So I'm just putting a few, and then I'm just taking this and I'm going to use my bare hand. They've been sanitized, humanly sanitized, and I'm just putting it on here because it still has some of that goodness in there. Okay. Alright. I'm going to wash my hands and I'm going to prepare to put it in at 400 degrees for many minutes until it's baked. I'll usually set it for half an hour and then see what happens, although that might be too long, so just keep an eye on it. Alright, so now we're going down here. I don't know if my camera person could see that I'm putting it down there, or if we accounted to putting it down there. And just slide it in gently and close it in. And we'll start the clock for 30 minutes, and we'll see what it looks like at 30 minutes. And that's it. I will share the results later. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this video, you could subscribe, or you don't have to. You can always rewatch it for tips and tricks on how to make food. If you have any questions or suggestions about how the video went, feel free to let me know. Thank you. Hey, guess what? I forgot to stab the potatoes. So let's do that and put it in there. That's a oopsie on my part. I'm gonna take this knife and stab it a few times. It's supposed to help it cook evenly. I like using a knife. You could use a fork if you want. Just be careful not to stab your finger. Even though for me the hospital is nearby, I'm not sure about you. Maybe you have an urgent care. But anyway, not to be morbid or anything, there is a way to do this with a fork. So if you want to stay on the safe side, go ahead and stab your potato with a fork. And this helps it cook inside faster. Okay, so you just put it back on the rack, and you do the same thing for the other one. And you don't have to do it as fast. You could stab it slowly, as deep as you want. You could practice your stabbing skill on the potato. Keep it PG-13, and you will stay safe. Okay. I'm almost done here. Okay, well, let's put it in for the second time. Okay, I don't need to wash my hands, it's just oil. But if you need to wash your hands, you can. Okay, so let's put this in. It's already hot. Okay. Alright, so see you all soon when the potatoes are ready, if I plan to do that, or we might edit this out. So let's see what happens. Dum dum dum. Hello ladies and gents, we are in the preview step to see if the potatoes and the garlics are still alive. Let's take them out and poke them. It's been cooking for about 30 something minutes. So let's see what looks potato-licious. Okay. Alright, so close this for a second to retain the heat. And let's take a knife. Any knife will do. We'll do a stab test to see if it's fully cooked. Normally you would use a thermometer. If you don't have one, it's fine. I think they're done because they're crunchy and soft inside. And you could do a sniff test if it smells like a baked potato or like a potato chip, then you're good. Yeah, I think these are done. If you want, you could put butter on them or salt them more and put more, what do you call it, condiments on them. It's up to you, but they're ready to go. It looks like the garlics are hard. I don't know if I did it right, but we'll bite into them and see how they taste. I'll let you know in the comments if anyone is curious about the garlics. or what happened with them. So yeah, thank you for attending, and I'm gonna squeeze this video in somewhere in between the loop, probably towards the end. So if you like what you see, if you enjoyed the process of cooking with me and my photographer, feel free to leave that in the comments. I would appreciate any suggestions or ideas going forward. With that, peace be with you.